Beautiful viewers, what did the president know and when did he know it? If you watch our show, you know that I've been asking that question for more than a year, especially in regards to allegations of sexual misconduct by Donald Trump. These are new allegations, nothing he's being convicted of already. And now, gangway, everybody. It looks like more details are coming down the pipeline. Ready for some accountability against the Groposaurus Rex? Stay tuned right here to the David Reddish Show. Welcome to the show, beautiful viewers. I am your host, once again, reminding you to subscribe to our channel. We're inching closer toward our next benchmark of 400,000 subscribers, and you can help us by subscribing yourself and getting word out about the show any way that you can. Also, stay tuned next Wednesday, July 1st for a big announcement. But with that out of the way, we turn again to the never-ending story of the Epstein files and sexual assault allegations against none other than President Strokey Pants. That includes new allegations that Trump assaulted a 13-year-old girl. CNN has a recap.
Newly released documents that were missing from the Epstein files contain serious, unverified allegations against President Trump. The Justice Department posted 3 FBI memos describing interviews with a woman who accuses both Jeffrey Epstein and President Trump of sexually assaulting her when she was a teenager. The White House calls the accusations completely baseless. CNN's Paula Reed is in Washington with the latest. And Paula, these were missing from earlier file releases, right?
That's right. And this individual was interviewed by the FBI 4 times. And initially, only 1 memo was released in that initial batch of documents released by the Justice Department. And that was an interview where she made allegations against Jeffrey Epstein, but not against President Trump. Now, yesterday, these additional summaries were released, and they detail the types of allegations that she made against President Trump, where she describes being introduced to him. She alleges that he asked everyone to leave the room and, quote, mentioned something to the effect of, quote, let's teach you how little girls are supposed to be, and then describes an encounter where he pushes her head down to his penis and then told agents she bit Trump, who then allegedly struck her and said something like, get this little expletive the hell out of here. Now, in her 3rd interview, she allegedly said that she was receiving threatening calls. And in her 4th interview, it's interesting, she told investigators that she was concerned about why she was even coming forward because the statute of limitations had passed. Now, I do want to make sure we get in here the fact that President Trump has consistently denied any wrongdoing. In a statement yesterday, the White House described these allegations as, quote, completely baseless, backed by 0 credible evidence.
So, is all of this sounding hauntingly familiar yet? If you watch our show, I'm sure the answer is no. But what about the rest of the world? No doubt in MAGA land, they continue to think this is some kind of a hoax, owing in part to the fact that most of the Epstein files, including details of these new allegations against Trump, remain under lock and key in violation of federal law. Well, my beautiful viewers, we finally have a reason to celebrate, both because it looks like those files are about to be unsealed and because this is a major blow against Trump's acting Attorney General Todd Blanche. Take a look at this. The Daily Beast now reports that late last week, a federal judge blasted the Department of Justice and Acting Attorney General Blanche over its withholding of details of the Trump assault. U.S. District Judge Emmett Sullivan ordered Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche to release unredacted versions of several Jeffrey Epstein files or explain why the Department of Justice should be allowed to keep them secret. The suit in question was brought by journalist Katie Phang, who accused Blanche of violating the Epstein Files Transparency Act by failing to publish all the documents the government holds about the convicted sex trafficker and by improperly redacting documents that were released. In addition to siding with Phang, Judge Sullivan ordered the Department of Justice to release all documents related to the 13-year-old accuser's testimony by July 2nd. This will be a major test of Blanche and his abilities, and in essence, he's in a no-win situation. If he releases the files, Trump can withdraw his nomination and temporary appointment as Attorney General in retribution. If he does not comply with the court, he could face charges of his own, and even if he does not, the bipartisan backlash over Epstein could sink his nomination. So the day is rapidly approaching, and I'm guessing Todd Blanche can't be expected to work on weekends, which give he and his aides even less time to assemble any kind of rebuttal. To be clear, in his ruling, Judge Sullivan noted that all of the files, as well as a list of all redactions in the files, must be released by Thursday, or Blanche must show cause why the Department of Justice cannot comply. So in other words, stay tuned. This is a major test of Blanche and a major scandal for Donald Trump. Trump has had other scandals before, of course, but Epstein, much like Richard Nixon's Watergate, appears to be the one scandal he cannot escape. And personally, I can't think of a better way to celebrate our nation than by seeing President Kankles resign in shackles this 4th of July. This is the David Reddish Show.